Hey, what up everybody, this is Stevie Reach coming to you, and I know that a lot of times I like to read my comment box and see what you guys are responding to on my videos, and the last few CM Punk videos you guys are just saying there's no chance in hell that CM Punk is going to make a return, so I shouldn't even be wasting my time making videos about a possible CM Punk return. But honestly, in my mind, I know that right now there's the stories out there that TNA is in trouble. TNA might be going down the tubes. They only have a few weeks in order to find a replacement deal for the Spike Television deal, or find some way to sew up the loose ends and either take a really small lesser deal to stay with Spike, sell out to Spike, sell to somebody else or something like that, and they might go down the tubes. There's a really big match coming up for SummerSlam. John Cena going up against Brock Lesnar. Hell, that's going to be one hell of a pay-per-view. There's a lot of good matches on that show that I can't wait to see. But honestly, I think that CM Punk and his breakup with WWE still is one of the biggest stories in WWE. Who really does walk away from the WWE? I can still remember sitting here the night when I got the text from Miguel telling me that CM Punk left. So I really do think, I think that when you watch a lot of shoot interviews talking about the year 2014, you watch a lot of shoot interviews that are made in the year 2014, people talking about CM Punk is still going to be one of the best stories that people are going to be remembering from this year. The story that's out this week is basically Paul Heyman chimed in and gave his thoughts on basically what's going to happen with CM Punk and WWE. Is there going to be a way where basically Vince McMahon or Triple H is going to be able to sit down in a room, much like when they did with Stone Cold Steve Austin, talk him into coming back, showing him the big dollar signs on the board, and let us, the fans, see him wrestle again? Paul Heyman said that basically CM Punk's goal in life right now for the rest of his life is to make sure that he never has to lace up the boots again. Not only for WWE, but never for New Japan, never for Ring of Honor, never for Chikara, never for, BTW Wrestling based out of San Francisco. But, he's never going to wrestle again. That is his goal. Whether, if you go back to that tweet that he put out, if he has to start up a podcast, start up a band, being a marathon runner, running the streets. We see a lot of pictures of him doing that. But, it is his goal that he will never have to go to back to the world of professional wrestling. He wants to be the one guy who basically tells Vince McMahon, go to hell, and means it, and sticks it out for the rest of his life. So many times we've seen people leave Vince angry, and, one thing leads to another, and he comes back, for that one last payday. We've seen, the Ultimate Warrior do it, Bret Hart do it. If anybody was going to do it, I thought it was going to be Bret the Hitman Hart, but Bret Hart came back. I don't know if it was basically because he was in fear that Vince was going to tarnish his legacy even more with the Ultimate Warrior style DVD on him. Basically, before the Best There Is, Best There Was, Best There Will Be 3-disc set, they did the Ultimate Warrior set, which was called I can't remember what it was, but you remember what it was, and more than likely you have it sitting on your DVD shelf. But where they just had wrestlers from the past that had angles and things with Ultimate Warrior. They even had wrestlers that were on the roster that grew up being Ultimate Warrior fans, much like Edge and Christian and Chris Jericho, tarnished the legacy of the Ultimate Warrior, just bringing up everything that's bad against them. They could make DVDs talking about wrestlers' egos like Jesse Ventura, Hulk Hogan. They can make those style of DVDs on anybody out there. But CM Punk wants to be the one guy who does not want to come back for that WrestleMania pop, or to be put in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. He wants to turn his back on wrestling, and he wants to leave it. And he wants to leave it forever. He wants to go on TV shows and basically maybe make it as an actor or something like that. That is his goal, to make sure that in life he never has to go back and shake his hand. And at the same point, WWE, who feels like they got slapped in the face by CM Punk, they want nothing to do with CM Punk at this time. Basically, there's no one from the office calling CM Punk. Basically, if it's not talking to AJ about wrestling, they have no thoughts about bringing CM Punk in at all right now. They want to be able to say that they're going to make it on their own without him. So, WWE and CM Punk are on two completely different wavelengths. The only thing that they can agree on is they don't want anything to do with each other. which basically leaves fans of wrestling, fans of CM Punk, in this awkward state of, when are we ever going to get this again? Because, I don't care. I mean, like, CM Punk can be the most sort of, I don't want to say selfish, that's not the word I'm looking for, but maybe the most, like, just, it's in his head that he's never going to return. I just don't understand how he can take his fans on this huge, wave of, watching him and the independence and him growing. I'm sure just him debuting for WWE on the ECW show was a huge deal for a lot of people who really watched Ring of Honor back in the day, and even to have him win the Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania, then to see him cash in and win the title on Monday Night Raw, that was something that they never thought they would see from somebody from Ring of Honor. And then from there, go on to see him, beat John Cena at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, defend the championship at WrestleMania 28. I mean, those were huge, milestones for a guy to climb, and for him to say that he never wants anything to do with it again. That's his goal, is to make sure that he has his money in line, he has everything that he needs in life to make sure that he never has to go back and shake Vince's hand and, I guess, tuck his tail between his legs. And I don't know. I mean, as a wrestling fan, to me, honestly, that's a slap in the face. Vince McMahon signs the checks, but it's the fans that, put the money on that ticket counter. It's the fans that buy those T-shirts that give CM Punk the money from Vince McMahon. I mean, Vince wouldn't have it to give to him if it wasn't for us. And for him, I don't want to be like throwing dollars at the guy and have him dancing on the street corner, but there has to be something for us down the road. Maybe if the guy really does want to retire, let him retire, but not even a going away present to us fans. Not even a one last match. Not even I mean, the Hall of Fame is definitely way down the field. But definitely for a guy to retire at this age, I mean, he can say he's banged up, but to say that he's not even has it in his mind, maybe he'll come back at WrestleMania 31, maybe he'll come back at WrestleMania 32 to give us one more match. Kind of sucks, but damn, that's the world we live in.